community observed Poverty Alleviation Day yesterday. The significance of the global event this time around was more glaring, given that poverty across the world is bound to shoot up amid coronavirus pandemic. In the context of Nepal, the country is grappling with political instability and a lack of development strategy, as eradicating or curbing poverty remains a far cry. Good morning, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Country's 10% rich population hold 26 times more property than that of the poor. Multi-dimension poverty considered as major challenge in reducing poverty in Nepal. Political cases pile up at courts as parties remain dependent on the judiciary to settle disputes, exposing parties and judiciary itself to unwarranted controversies. The United Nations Special Envoy for Syria says the government and opposition co-chairs of the Syrian Constitutional Committee agree to draft a new constitution. And Scotland tame Bangladesh in the T20 World Cup. Chris Greaves put up all-round performance to claim Man of the Match award. A study carried out 2 years ago has revealed that poverty in the country had declined to 17.4% in 5 years. Since then, no such study has been carried out that could point out the actual poverty index amid the pandemic. However, government data reveal that poverty in the country has climbed by 0.23%. According to a report published in 2014, the multidimensional poverty in Nepal was 30%, while in 2019 it was 17.4%. It may be recalled that the multidimensional poverty index is determined by access to factors including education, health, nutrition value, drinking water and electricity, among others. However, the report of the Central Bureau of Statistics showed that the multidimensional poverty in Nepal has shot up by 0.23%. The national census carried out 10 years ago reported that 25% of the total population had annual consumption capacity below 19,261 rupees. Next month's national census will show if there has been any changes in the current $1,100 per capita income of a Nepali national. Some 15% of the total South Asian population earn less than $1.9 per day, while Nepal has largest poor population in the region after Bangladesh. Meanwhile, the government has failed to implement various programs to reduce poverty and multidimensional poverty in the country. A study has revealed that 1% of the world's rich people have more property than that of remaining 99% poor population, while 10% of the rich population of Nepal have 26 times more property than the remaining poor population. However, the government has failed to introduce the policies and programs for the poor population to reduce the gap between the poor and the rich. Political parties have often moved courts to settle disputes among them. However, such a trend has weakened political parties themselves, while the ongoing power tussle has drawn political parties and the judiciary itself into unwarranted controversies.
All public eyes were on the Supreme Court for the past 1 year after cases related to the dissolution of the House of Representatives at 2 different occasions were filed at the court. Stakeholders, including the sitting Prime Minister and the main opposition leader, had openly commented on these cases. Many of them had to even furnish their clarifications on the contempt of court case. The Supreme Court also scrapped the then Nepal Communist Party, nullifying the unification of CPN-UML and CPN Maoist Center, while the then chairman of the scrapped Nepal Communist Party reached the apex court to review the verdict. Likewise, writ petitions against the ordinance related to the Constitutional Council and the appointment of officials at the constitutional bodies are still under consideration, while Speaker Agni Sapkota has filed a writ petition related to the same issue. Meanwhile, CPN-UML Chairman KP Sharma Oli has also filed a case at the Supreme Court against the Speaker for not relieving 14 lawmakers from their posts. However, political leaders themselves have expressed dissatisfaction over knocking the door of the judiciary to settle political issues. Experts opine such repeated trend has largely dented the image of the judiciary. In a recent development, the issue of the Chief Justice seeking a share in the cabinet dragged the judiciary into controversy and thus exhibited the judiciary's desire for for political power. Experts have warned of untoward consequences for increasing dependency on the judiciary to seek for political solution instead of the parliament.
In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the people in Thading, Parvat, Rautahat, Rukum, Dadildhura, Palpa and Solukhumbu districts why have poverty alleviation efforts not been successful in Nepal. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
लक्षित वर्गमा पुग्नको लागि कार्यान्वयन पक्ष कमजोरी छ
जसरी कार्यान्वयन गर्न पर्ने हो त्यो कार्यान्वयन गर्ने पक्ष बिल्कुल फितलो छ
राज्यले राम्ररी चासो नदिएको कारणले गर्दा नेपालमा गरिबी निवारण हुन सकेको छैन
स्थानीय निकायले राम्रो परिचालन गर्न सक्ने भने सफल हुन्छ
राजनीतिक अस्थिरता पनि हो एउटा
देशमा रोजगारको सिर्जनाको अवस्था केही पनि छैन
प्राविधिक शिक्षालाई जोड दिनु पर्यो
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. Here's the question: why has CTVT not allowed nursing colleges to take new admissions despite meeting the criteria? Your options are A. Corrupt officials, B. Financial irregularities, and C. Unconcerned regulatory body. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good day.